Okay, today I'm going to be doing the Chapter 4 assessment, option B. So here I'm going to explain example 5. So when you do law of sines, you always have sin B over B equals sin A over A, and the capital B being the angle and the lowercase b being the length of the side. So that's equal for sin C over C and all of them. So here we're going to have our A will be 12, our B will be 31, and our angle A will be 20.5. So we're going to put sin 20.5 over the length, which will be 12, because these are like the same, these are both A. And over here we're going to have times 31, because we don't have the sin, we're solving for the sin B, but we have the length, so because right here we see that it's underneath, so if we times the B by the sin B, the B on the bottom will cancel out, so we'll have sin B equals, and this is what we'll end up with, 0.9047. And from there we can just simply use sin -1, and this will give us our answer, which will be right down here, 64.8. So next, we're going to try to find our angle C, because that's the only angle we have left in this triangle. So to find this, we're just going to do 180 minus 20.5, which is our first angle, minus 64.8, because all the angles in the triangle always add up to 180, so it'll make C, it'll have to be 94.7. So now, from there, we're just going to use a reciprocal here. We're going to put A over sin A, opposite, because it's the same thing as compared to like sin A over A. So we're going to put A over sin A, and that'll be 12 over sin 20.5. And now, because sin C is over on the bottom, we can times it by sin C, and it will cancel out. So we put sin 94.7 times, and that'll equal the straight length of C, because it's reciprocaled, and that'll be 34.15. So now we have the new triangle, as we see here. It's B2. So we're just going to switch this out simply, and we're going to do the same thing we did before. So 180 minus 20.5, which is our A, minus 115.2, which is our new B, and we get 44.3. And now, from there, we're going to try to solve the side length for C. So we're going to do the exact same thing we did before, which is 12, the A length, over sin 20.5, which is the angle. And we're going to times it by sin 44.3, which is the C angle, and we're going to get 23.93. And now we have our whole angle, our whole triangle solved here, just using the law of sines. Okay, so now we're going to solve this problem right here, this one. Okay, so first, we could start out for solving for the angle of B, so right here, this one. Because we have two A's, we need two A's, and we can find the angle of B. So sin A, which is 58, over the length of A, which is going to be 11.4, equals sin B, which we're solving for, over 12.8. From here, we times 12.8. And this crosses, and then I'm going to put it over here. And now we can put that into our calculator, so we're going to do it real quick. It's going to equal 0.937 equals, or 373, equals sin B. And that's not it. That's not our answer. So we have to simply do sin -1, so it would cancel out the sin. So we times sin -1, because if we can't use this we're trying to find the angle, and this is not the angle. So we just have to take the sin away from this side, by timesing sin -1. So it'll be sin -1, 0.9373 equals B, the angle. So I'm going to do that right now. And you get 69.61. 69.61 equals B. So we can put that in here now. Equals B. So now we don't have anything for C. Let me just move this out of the way. Okay, we don't have anything for B, for C. So we need to find the angle of C. And this we could just do, because everything adds up to 180. We could do 180 minus 58, and then minus 69.61. I'm going to do that in my calculator real quick. It's going to be 52.39. 52.39. So now we have our C, and it's 52.39 degrees. Okay, so now we have a C. We can move this. We have our C. Wait. And now we can just go back to our A to find the C. So we're going to go sin A over A equals sin C over C. But since we have the angle of C. To make this easier, we could just reciprocal it and it'll be the exact same. So it'll be A over sin A, C over sin C. So we'll have 11.4 over sin 58 equals C over sin 52.39. Simply now, we just sin times 52, sin 52.39 from to each side, and we'll have our answer. We'll have our C. So I'm gonna do that right now. So okay. So I'm gonna end up with C equals 10.649. And then we have our C length, and we have everything we need in the triangle. So now we're going to go on to the next one. Okay, so now we have the next problem. Here we're trying to find the angle of this, the theta right there. Here, wait. The theta right here. And we have this side, which could be 10. And we have this side, which could be 7, because 4 plus 3. And yeah. So we have 10, 7, but we don't have any angles, so we can't use the law of sines. We'll have D too. We'll have D, so we'll have all of these. We'll put 9 for now, because that's right here. It says 9, so our D will be 9. And we're trying to find the angle theta. So we have these three, but we can't use law of sines because we need angles for that. So the only other thing we can use is the law of cosines, which is right here. I put it up here. And to do that, we should plug in everything we have. So here, I'm gonna bring this down here. Okay, so we don't have cos C, which is our angle, but we're gonna have A. We have A. It's 7 because this is the A side. This is the A side. This is the B side. This is the C side. So we have our angle A, which is gonna be 7. So it's gonna be 7 squared plus 10, because it's right there. That's our B side. Minus C, which is 9, because it says right here it's 9. So yeah, 9 squared over 2, 7, 10, because 2AB, and these are both A and B. So now we could just do the math here. Well, equals cos C2. So 49, 100, 149 minus 81 over 140. Just do 68, so 68 over 140. And now it equals cos C. So to get cos C, we're simply just going to do cos inverted. So cos negative, cos invert or arc cos. So cos negative 1 there equals, or 68 over 140. And that's going to be our C. That will be our angle C, which is our angle theta. And here, I'm going to put that in the calculator right now. It's going to be 60.941. .94. We just put that. That's easier. And then we have to solve for the S. And the S is going to be from here all the way to here. So we're going to need the circumference, and we're also going to need the degrees, which we already got. So the degrees in one whole circle is going to be 360, but we do not need the theta part. We don't need that. So instead, because it's going to be degrees, we have to solve for inches. So we could just use, I made this over here, but we could do 360 minus 60.94, because that's the part where we don't need. And then we're going to put it over 360, because that's where it's going to be. So it's going to be over 360. Sorry. And now we have to solve it for the circumference, and the circumference is times 2 pi of the radius. So, but our radius is 4. So our whole thing will be 8 pi times this whole thing. And that's really it. Yeah. So we plug that into the calculator. It's going to take a little minute. Yeah, it's trying to find. Okay, so now, it took me a minute. I got 20.878 inches. We already did all the conversions. We did everything. Okay, that's good. I'll explain it again. We have to subtract it because this part is not in it. And it's over 360 because that's the circle. That's the circumference. That's what the degrees of the circle is. We have to do that. And we're just going to times it by its circumference, which will be, the formula is 2 pi times our radius. And our radius is going to be 4. So times 8 pi. So we're going to get 20.878. Okay. So now we got our first one done, and we should do the same thing for the next one. We should replace the D. So let me clear this. We'll just go lower. So cos C equals 7 squared plus 10 squared minus our new one, which will be 10 because our new D is 10. Our new C now. over 2AB, which is going to be 2, 7, 10. And we're just do that. It's going to be 140 over 49, I think, equals cos C. Plug that in. Or yeah, I forgot to say, we're going to do cos -1 because we have to find the real angle, not just the fraction. So cos -1, 49 over 140. And it's going to be 69, so 69C equals 69.513. We can round that up. 69.513. And we're just use this thing that I made again. And yeah, we already know why it's all this, because yeah. Okay, so 8 pi times 360 minus 69.513 over 360. And let me get my calculator out. 360 minus 20.279. 20.279. 280. 20.2880. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now we should do that for all the other ones. Keep on going. I'll do one more because why not? Go cos C equals 7 squared plus 10 squared minus our new one is going to be 12. We see up there. And what is it going to be? It's going to be 2AB. And our 2AB is going to be 2, 7, 10. Okay. Let me do the same thing. So it's going to be 49 plus 100. So it's going to be 149 minus 144. So 5 over 140 equals cos C. Then cos -1, cos inverse. 5, 140. What is that going to be? $87.953 degrees. 0.95. I'm just going to change this to just 95 because it's much easier. Do that for all of them. And now we're going to solve for the S. So 87.95, 360 minus 87.95. 272.05 over 360 times 8 pi, because that is our circumference. And now we're going to do this in the calculator. We're going to go up, we're going to go. Second. Times 8 pi over 360. Get 18.99. So when we should bring that up here, 18.99 is our new S. So I'm should go through and I should do all the rest of them because it's the same thing. We're just doing the D, replacing the D value every single time. So I'll come back when I'm done. So we got all the answers. These are all of them, and we're done. That's all we have to do. Just do it the same formulas. Just plug them into one another, and from there you're done. You got all your answers. Yeah, and that's the end.